Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but haven't subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me. We're really close to 8,000 subscribers. We're like at 7,900 or so, which is fabulous. I'd love to get to 10,000 by the end of the season, an incredible season. And man, has the start of 2024 been outstanding for these Knicks. They are now 10-2 this year so far. They went to Brooklyn. It was an away game, but the way the crowd was chanting, it was like they were dueling "Let's go Nets" and Knicks at the same time. They had Celebrity Row there. Spike was there, all to watch the Nets actually get the lead, beat the Knicks for about 3 quarters. And I was a little worried about this game. I was a little worried about it because it just felt like it kind of also no Isaiah Hartenstein. He's out because of an Achilles. Tendinopathy, I think they called it, which is, who knows what that, I mean, it could be, they didn't say it was a tear, they didn't say anything like that, but he basically has to rest it, and it comes from overuse. That's right, overuse. So, we don't have Mitch. Leon hasn't made a trade for, a legitimate 5 backup. We did get Precious, which Precious did play today, and he had a very good game for him. Sims got the start, who also played well enough for us to at least hang around. I felt like, you know what, if we can just hang around by the end of that third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, meaning if the game is like just under 10 points, I feel like the Knicks could totally pull this game out. And that's exactly what happened. The Knicks used a tremendous fourth quarter to pull this game out. They outscored the Nets by 14 in that fourth quarter, 32-18. And it was really came down to one amazing sequence. And I'm going to show you that sequence. That's the only highlight I'm going to show you tonight because it's the only highlight that matters. Here we go.
Is coming down to the wire here in Brooklyn. Brunson using the screen, challenges Claxton, blocked by Claxton! Here's Smith on the move. Smith drives in, scoop, no, tipped up in the air. Johnson's got it, it's blocked by Anunoby! And Hart saves it for Randall. Up ahead, bounce, back.
Boom! Right there. Look at that. Outstanding sequence. 2 blocks. I think OG and Achua both got blocks, the 2 new Knicks. Incredible sequence. It keeps going.
New York, under a minute to go. Bridges makes his move, stumbles, kicks, Finney Smith, short, and a rebound
and that,
by Randall. 44 seconds to go.
I would have liked to have seen the Knicks push there in transition. I think teams played too slow late in games.
Brunson, the cross. Outside Anunoby. 8 seconds on the
fourth
clock.
Knick to touch the ball.
28 seconds
Boom.
to play. Hart makes a cut to the rim.
That was it. That was it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
105-101 Knicks. Timeout Brooklyn. 25.3 to play.
Well, here's this defense.
Beautiful, perfectly placed bounce
by
pass.
Anunoby, the great save by Hart, and then they turn it into a dunk.
Well, fantastic finish. Excellent finish. You can see it. It seemed like the garden in there. But I'll tell you, when you look at the box scores, which we'll get into it really quickly, it was bizarre. Because you would look, Randall was incredibly frustrating to watch in this game. Doing, spin moves into traffic once again, turning the ball over, I think 4 or 5 times. But when you look at his stat line, it looks fabulous. Here we go. Look at this. 37 minutes, 10 of 19. He hit both of his 2 3-pointers, and he's been struggling from the 3-point line this year. And both of them were big 3-point shots. Big ones, especially that one in the fourth quarter. 9 rebounds, 7 assists for him, and 30 points. So, looks fantastic, right? And it was. I mean, at the end of it, we got it, that production is fabulous. Now, OG Anunoby, man, his defense, once again, unbelievable tonight. 10 points, 5 rebounds. He did miss his 1 3-point attempt, only 3 of 8 overall, but he really stepped up in that, I think it was like in that third quarter. Actually, he had a decent fourth quarter as well. He connected on, give us 6 points. But that third quarter, let's see. Because the bench has been struggling for the Knicks, and that's not a new story. We know that's not a new story. Actually, no, he didn't even score a bucket in the third quarter. It was really the fourth quarter where he finally asserted himself. In the beginning of the fourth quarter, he asserted himself, which was, the time we needed it. Brunson actually struggled in that fourth quarter, shockingly. He was only 1 of 6, but the one that he hit was a three-point shot. And the Knicks struggled all night from the three-point shot. See, they were only 10 of 29 overall, and that's one of the reasons why this game was closer than it should have been. I don't know why we didn't take more three-pointers. Should have been taking more three-pointers. Now, Dante struggled from the three-point line tonight, 3 of 8 for him, and overall he was 4 of 10. So that kind of hurts us because DiVincenzo, Brunson are our big three-point guys, and obviously Grimes as well, and Grimes was only 1 of 4, and Josh Hart 0 for 3. So, but little Deuce McBride, man, he's starting to turn into almost a knockdown three-point shot. If he's open, he's going to hit that thing. Look at him, 2 of 3 right there. Let's see. Yeah. What was I going? Oh, yeah, Dante shot, 40%. Yeah, the Knicks, we got to get a little more consistent from our three-point line, but the defense, it's all about the defense. Let's talk about the defense right now. So, look at this. When you look at the defense of the Knicks since the OG trade, so it's basically been the month of January, this entire month. The New York Knicks are 10-2. They have, statistically, they have the second best record in January because the Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-1. So that's so they've won almost 89% of their games. We've won 83% of our games, but we've played 3 more games this month than the Cavaliers. Interesting, but they're gonna face the Bucks twice in the next few days, and a lot happened today. I'm going to talk about some of the Knicks, not the Knicks, the NBA news and Knicks news, NBA news that occurred today after I get through this part. But so the Knicks have the second best record in January. They have the second best defensive rating this month, 104.2, which is outstanding. Bested by Cleveland, which 102.8. That's really outstanding. The net rating, Cleveland is at 20, and we are number 2 with 12.9. Next closest is Boston Celtics with an 8.0 net rating, and they're 8-4 this month. So the Knicks are rocking and rolling, and they're still leading the NBA in rebounding. But now that we have missed, basically Hartenstein, we don't know. It's uncertain. We don't know how long he's going to be gone. The rebounding could become a concern, so we'll see. But, moves got to be made. Today was a big, big day in the NBA. Today, the Bucks fired their coach, Adrian Griffin, and they hired Doc Rivers. He agreed to go coach them. I think that's a mistake, honestly. I think Doc's days of coaching are over, honestly. If he couldn't make it work with the Sixers and couldn't make it work with the Clippers, I think he's living off the fame of what happened with Boston. And remember who was his coach there in Boston? Tom Thibodeau. He was his defensive guru coach there. So I think they made a mistake. They should have gone for somebody else, but whatever. Better for us. So the Bucks made a change. The Miami Heat made a trade with Charlotte Hornets for Terry Rozier and sent Kyle Lowry to Charlotte. There's people, all over the Twitter timelines and stuff are people speculating, should we get Lowry? Should we get Lowry? You know what? If he comes free, yeah. If he doesn't cost us anything, any picks, nothing, if they just, release him and we want to sign him, I'm fine with that. But I'm definitely not going to spend any assets for Kyle Lowry. No, not at all. But we need somebody. So we're going to see in the next few weeks, a lot of stuff is going to happen. A lot of stuff is going to change. And just so stay tuned. I'll be doing some more videos concerning all of that kind of stuff. And then let's get back to the game here. So Precious Achiuwa, nice follow-up game for him. He had a good game the other night. Tonight he played 21 minutes. He played the 5. There were often times when it was him, Randall, and OG out there was the front line, and it was effective. 3 of 6. Missed his 1 3-point attempt, but actually looked pretty good. It looked like a nice attempt. I wish he had hit it. 9 rebounds for him, 6 points, 2 assists for him. Look at Deuce there, 12 minutes, 3 of 5, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 8 points for him. Josh Hart, 28 minutes, 1 of 7, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, 2 points. I don't know what's going on with him, but those 2 points were big. Those were the 2 points, the bucket that he hit at the end there in that crazy play that I just showed you. Grimes, 2 of 5 overall for him, only 1 for 4 from the 3-point line though. And 5 points for him. The bench definitely is going to continue to be a concern until some trade reinforcements are made. The plus minus tells the story of what I was talking about. See how Randall ended up a -3? It's because he was actually really frustrating to watch throughout the game. He wasn't making great decisions, even though he did end up with 7 assists. You know what it is? It's like he holds on the ball just a little too long. If he just committed to the pass earlier on, things would change dramatically. And I think it would make it change for him as well, because the ball it'll have more time for the ball to get back to him. So that's one thing I hope he really leans into. But as you can see, Anunoby, plus 11. Brunson, a plus 7. Dante and Sims were both minus 8 and minus 7. Precious, a plus 13 for him. So you can see his minutes on that floor were very impactful. Deuce, minus 2. Josh Hart, plus 9, even though, gave us nothing offensively. He was a plus 9 because he was a maniac out there like he usually is, especially in that fourth quarter. He, 2 steals right there. When did he get those 2 steals in the fourth quarter? Let me check that here because I am very curious about that. No, he only got credited for 1 steal in the fourth quarter. So the Knicks, but I'll tell you, let's keep going. Mikal Bridges, 36 points for him. He'd been struggling recently, I think, from the 3-point line, and today he exploded 7 of 13, but not in the fourth quarter when it matters the most. He missed all 3 of his 3-point attempts there. So he was shooting 7 of 10 from the 3-point line before the fourth quarter. 14 of 26 overall in his 37 minutes, picked up 5 dimes himself to go along with his 36 points. And Cam Johnson also was pretty ineffectual in that fourth quarter, and he had, so you can see he had 19 points going into the fourth. A goose egg for him. He missed all 3 of his field goal attempts. And, everybody was struggled in that fourth quarter because the Knicks started switching. And the switching, I heard Mikal Bridges say something. The switching just is their Achilles heel or something like that. That they struggle against switching. Well, if that should have been in the scouting report, we probably should have done that earlier on. So it's one of those things that kind of got a head scratcher. Cam Thomas, always he's I think the leading scorer off the bench in the NBA tonight. In 22 minutes, he contributed 14 points on 6 of 11, but did not make a 3-point shot. Interesting. And the Nets are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA, if not the worst 3-point shooting team in the NBA. And they are also the worst fourth quarter team in the NBA. So that's why I was thinking, okay, if the lead is if they build up a 20-point lead, then it might become insurmountable. But a 9-point lead, the Knicks, I think, were down, 85? I can't remember what the score was going into the fourth, but they were down 9, I believe. And, it makes sense because then we ended up being plus 14. But, yeah, I think, let's see here. The 3-point shooting percentage, the Nets are second worst in the NBA behind the Atlanta Hawks. That's right, 32.8% for the Nets, 32.7% for the Hawks. So very close to each other in terms of that. And the Knicks, 3-point shooting, right there, kind of 18th place, 36.3%, manageable. That's decent. That's on a good volume too, 38.3 attempts per game. And it helps to have tremendous rebounding, tremendous offensive rebounding, which the Knicks do, and they're still number 1 in the NBA in that. So that's why we get extra chances, and you got to keep taking advantage of that. You got to shoot the 3. Got to shoot the 3, and you just put yourself in a mathematical quandary if you don't do that. So, but some nights you can get away with it, but in general, you cannot. So we got to keep hoisting those shots. And we've lost a lot of that from Randall because he has stopped shooting the three at the volume that he used to, which is a wise move because he hasn't been hitting them that well, which is beautiful. That tonight, on his 2 attempts, sunk them both confidently. He stepped into it beautifully. I like that. So he's just got to look for more opportunities like that. If he can shoot that way, that style, not the fadeaway one, not the leaners and all that stuff, the step backs and all that stuff. Those are very, very difficult to pull off, especially for him, even though he does sometimes. But if he just, the nice catch, step, and shoot, those, I think he should, if he gets at least, if he could put up 4 a game like that, that'd be nice, or 5 even. And he hit, let's say he hit 2 a game. That'd be beautiful. He's been a good 3-point shooter in the past for the Knicks. So let's see if he can recapture that because we need some 3-point shooting. We lost quickly, and even though RJ's 3-point shooting percentage was not that great, he did go through some hot spells at times, but at least he put the shots up there, which is very important for an offense. Here are the team stats. You can see both teams, they didn't shoot that great tonight. It was a pretty good defensive battle for at least the first half, and then that fourth quarter, the Knicks just shut them down beautifully. Only 21 assists for the Knicks. They did not hit the 27 assist magic number, but they still won, so good for them. 29 assists for the Nets. I keep wanting to say Nuggets for some reason. That's because I got them on my mind. They come next. The Denver Nuggets. That's going to be an interesting game. I hope for some reason Isaiah Hartenstein's injury really isn't that big a deal. Maybe we get lucky and he's out there, but that doesn't seem very likely at all. Very likely at all. Knicks shot 34.5% tonight from the 3-point line, and the Brooklyn Nets shot 35.7%, but the free throw line, outstanding. Both teams only missed 1 free throw shot today, but the Knicks went to the charity stripe an additional 14 times, and they hit all those, basically. 94.7% from the free throw line. So you can say the Knicks actually won this game defensively and on the free throw line. Because even they had committed 7 turnovers in the first half, which I was worried, but then committed another 7 in the second half. 14 turnovers, pretty high. The Knicks in the month of January, just so you know, are they've committed the most turnovers in the month of January. So it's interesting. So you bring OG, and now suddenly we're turning the ball over, but we're winning 83.3% of our games. So, you got to take the good. Got to take the good with the bad. Points in the paint. 58-44, a plus 14 right there. Beautiful. The Nets once led by 10, and the Knicks led by 5, and I was at the end of the game. Beautiful. All right, that's it. It was a quick one, kind of, relatively. I still think Malcolm Brogdon is the one for us to go for. He is a very high-quality player. 6th man of the year. His credentials are excellent, and he's dependable. You know what you're going to get from him, and he's a very consistent shooter. He can run an offense confidently. He can give Brunson the break that he needs. Brunson can play off ball from him, and even if Deuce has been hitting that 3-point shot beautifully. I could see Deuce out there with Brogdon. And Deuce can knock down that corner 3. Was he shooting 55% from the corner 3 right now, Deuce? So we have to take advantage of what our players are doing great and get players to make up for the deficiencies that we have right now. Malcolm Brogdon makes the most sense right now, but I'm open to, a bigger trade. I am not as enthused about DeJounte Murray after diving into more of his defensive metrics. He really is not the same player defensively that he used to be. And the whole point of getting someone like him, obviously he'll help run the second unit when Brunson needs a rest, but he would start. So defensively, though, he won't make up for the lack of defense that Brunson provides, or doesn't. The lack of defense that Brunson doesn't provide. Or whatever. Wait, is that a double negative? Yeah. The point is that I want someone bigger. I want someone who's a better defender, who can could play alongside Brunson. If Brogdon came to this team, though, he wouldn't start. So that's the dynamic. DeJounte would have to start. Brunson would not. Brogdon would not start. So it depends on what Leon's looking for and who might be the more attractive piece to trade in the offseason with when there's a superstar available. If they can't get something before this trade deadline. So those are the things that are being considered, and who knows, by the time you're watching this video, if you're watching it tomorrow, a big trade may have already happened. So let's see. All right, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me, and drop your comments. I love the comments, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.